Hello everybody, my name is Lorena and this summer I studied maternal care, social behaviors, and learning mechanisms and retail lemurs at Part Zoo with the help of my mentor, Dr. Ramirez. Okay, so some background on lemurs. They are only found in Madagascar, which is off the coast of Africa. An important note is that females are the dominant gender in lemur society, meaning that they choose the best mates, they choose the best territories and the best food, and they lead the troop. So scientists have found that lemurs and humans share 93% of their genetic makeup, and we shared a common ancestor 55 million years ago. And that seems like a long time, but the world is 4.5 billion years ago, so this is more recent in history. So let's meet my subjects. Here we have Lolo, Anna, and Lenny. So Anna is Lolo's mom, and currently they're trying to introduce a new male lemur to the girls, Lenny. So he is not the father, he's just the male. And the introduction began in December of 2017, but they had a lot of complications with that since the females are dominant and they showed a lot of aggression toward him. It's important to note that Anna and Lolo were raised in the wild, meaning that they're more aggressive and they're not afraid to show his boss. And Lenny, he was raised by humans, so he's more people-oriented and he has a good relationship with his trainers. And recently his partner died, so he has showed signs of aggression and depression. So here's my purpose. I wanted to compare humans and lemurs to three main aspects: maternal care, learning mechanisms, and meeting new primates. And more on my questions on the next slide. So for my methods, I went to America's Teaching Zoo at Moore College. For my behavioral methods, I did this technique called ad libitum, which is basically observing all the animal behavior and recording it. And I used an ethogram, which is a tool used to describe all of the behaviors that the primate does and a code that goes along with it. So for my maternal care, I was focusing on Anna and Lolo. I looked at their social and independent behaviors, and I also recorded the amount of time that they spent together. So this was a curiosity. So for their training, they are taught tricks using positive reinforcement training. So they are rewarded for a correct trick or behavior, so that will increase the likelihood that they will do that trick again. So if you take a look at my picture over here, this is the habitat that they share. Lenny lives on the left, Anna and Lolo live on the right. So if you can see at the green thing, there's a tunnel connecting both habitats, and what I did is I did like a percentage spectrum, and I wanted to see how far Lenny went into the tunnel, how much time he spent there, and any behaviors that he did while in the tunnel. For my statistical methods, I used PRISM, Excel, and more specifically two-way NOVA, t-test, and descriptive statistics. Okay, so this is my maternal care data. I found the correlation in time with any relevant behaviors. And so for my first graph on top, I found that there were 3 significant days: June 6th, June 12th, and June 14th. On June 12th, as you can see, they spent significantly less time together than on June 6th and June 14th. On my bottom graph here, I found that the 3 behaviors that showed significance were self-grooming, sunbathing, and cuddling. On June 14th, Lolo self-groomed more than on June 6th and on June 12th. Anna was more active on June 12th which can be explained why they were not near each other as much. On June 6th, there was more cuddling, which meant that they spent most of their time together that day. So when comparing maternal care with lemurs and humans, lemurs are the dominant gender, like I said before. So why? Well, they need a lot of time and resources to take care of their child. Male lemurs have nothing to do with taking care of the baby. And there is a study from the 1950s where they detached the little monkey baby from the mama, and that baby showed signs of depression, aggression, and trauma. On the other hand, humans, obviously, parental care is crucial for the child's survival. Contact and touch is vital for their well-being, learning, and emotional stability, and disruption of this can cause a lot of pain. And there was a study from in the 1940s in an orphanage in Romania where the babies there had no like attachment to anybody, and they showed signs of aggression and depression. Okay, so here is my training data. So what I did is I tried to find the behaviors associated with success and failures. So here I'm going to show you a little clip of their training. Okay. So here is Hold's training.
Hold it. Hey.
Lots of success.
Hold it. Hey.
Also success. Bell training.
Good.
Success. Target training.
Hello, target. Good.
Success.
Target. Good.
Okay, success. So from this data, I found that in the target behavior, I found that the behaviors associated with success was HC, which is holding the fence, LO, which is looking around their environment, and CD, which is climbing down the fence. And for the hold training, I found that the behavior associated with success more often was SF, meaning standing upright while holding the fence. For the bell training, I found that the behavior associated with success was SF, standing upright, and RB, running toward the bell. The behavior associated with failure, RO, running away from the bell. So some learning mechanisms comparing lemurs to humans. So lemurs are taught using positive reinforcement training. So they are rewarded for a correct trick or behavior, which will increase the likelihood that that behavior will occur again. On the other hand, humans, they absorb information through sensory memory, they encode it in their brain through repetition, they store it and are retrieved in its future. So humans like to organize the information that they learn in an organized manner. They like to label things so it can be easier for them to retrieve that again. And they have declarative memory, which is knowing facts, procedural memory, which is like learning how to ride a bike, driving. It comes kind of spontaneous. You don't have to think about it. Okay, so for my tunnel time data for Lenny. So right there, he's in the tunnel, and I wanted to find the behaviors associated with his time in the tunnel and how long he stayed there and how far he went along. I couldn't find any significant relevance between his behaviors there and the time that he spent there, which can mean a good thing because he didn't show any signs of stress or aggression, meaning that when he meets Anna and Lolo, it'll be more of a peaceful meeting instead of him being stressed around that. So when meeting new primates, females, they stay in their troop. If they're dominant, they stay in their troop. Males, on the other hand, have to move every 3.5 years, so that dynamic can cause a lot of conflict. On the other hand, humans evaluate a new person on two metrics: trustworthiness and competence. We usually respond positively to humans that we feel are trustworthy, and we can feel like we can bring our true self to them. So making friendships. It takes 50 hours to go from acquaintance to friends, 90 hours to go from friend to good friend, and 200 hours to become best friends. So future directions. I would like to study Anna and Lolo. When they meet each other, I would like to see if there's any stress behaviors while they're meeting, and so some take away from my research. With a greater understanding of primates, we can gain a greater understanding of what it means to be human. And through these studies, we can learn what forces have shaped us. Just like humans, lemurs have the sense that raising and taking care of the child is a must. And some scientists go as far as saying that maternal care and social hierarchies in primates are precursors to human morality. So we still have a lot to learn from those that paved the way for us to be who we are today. Thank you. in July. Unfortunately, I wanted to see that process, but it's going to happen in July. So, yeah. Yes.
Would you say that their learning and memory was similar or dissimilar?
Well, when it came to positive reinforcement, I think both humans and lemurs have that. But I know that humans are aware of, they have more of a bigger awareness when coming to like judging things or learning things. So in that case, they are.